Okay guys, what's up? We are back for another video. So guys, this one, I just want to kind of do like a recap of the prep, seeing that we are flying out to Vancouver tomorrow to compete at the Vancouver Pro next weekend. So today is July 10th. The show, pre-judging is July 15th, Saturday morning, I believe, and I think finals is Sunday. So it's going to be my first time doing a 2-day show. Which is something I'm excited about. It's something a lot of people have kind of mentioned to me, like, oh, like, why are you picking that? Like, it sounds difficult. And yeah, it is, and it's a challenge. And honestly, for me, I just kind of want to experience it. I know the Olympia is a 2-day show, so hope to be there one day. And I think just having that experience will be beneficial. And also, I'm a coach and I have clients that are going to have to do 2-day shows at some point. So me going through that myself as an athlete will just benefit my clients when I have to take them through that process as well. So that's something else I'm really thinking about for doing this show. But another reason, it's in Vancouver. Lovely place. Been there once before. It's amazing. Looking forward to going visiting there. My coach Ron Partlow is from there. He owns a gym called West Coast Iron. The first, from Tuesday to Friday, we're staying right next to the gym, which is in a town called Port Coquitlam. I know I probably butchered that, but you guys can look up West Coast Iron and find out where it's at. And then on Friday, we drive to Abbotsford and we're staying there for the weekend. That's where the show is. But yeah, really excited to train at West Coast, meet everybody there. Hang out with Ron and just do everything we need to do to peak for the show. But I'm really excited with what we're bringing this time. We made a lot of changes since Toronto. We learned a lot from Toronto. Toronto was a big learning experience. We had, last time I competed before Toronto was 2021, so we had a lot of time to put on muscle, which we did. But that's like trying to peak a whole new physique. We kind of approached Toronto the same way we did when I turned pro in 2021, and we kind of just underestimated my physique, how much muscle I had, how much it took me to fill out. Ended up drying out a little bit too hard and didn't come out on stage as big and full as we probably could have. But again, just a learning experience. So anytime you come out of a show, your body's just like a furnace, your metabolism's crazy. So that really allowed us to eat a lot more in this 5-week period that we've had since Toronto. Right now, my condition that I had at 270 pounds before Toronto is my condition at 279 right now. So feeling a lot bigger, a lot fuller. So really happy with how the looks come around. So what aided in that? Not gonna lie, complete transparency, I really increased the amount of supplements I was using in terms of PEDs. Not really gonna get into details in that, but quite a considerable markup on some of the compounds I was using, and then added in some other compounds as well. And I gotta say, that was a bit of a game changer. A lot of that reason was just because I was underusing before. So yeah, so again, increased supplementation, and that basically just allowed me to train harder, eat more, recover faster. And because it was the first time I kind of exposed myself to higher doses like that, I got a really good response, I gotta say. So I was happy we did that. Another thing I did because of doing that was add in a lot of health supplements. This is some stuff I'll probably go over more after the show, because I do want to give you guys a more in-depth look. But just in this video, I'm just trying to give you guys kind of a quick recap of the prep and before I take off tomorrow. But yeah, so that was a big player. And between that, yeah, like I said, it allowed me to train more, train harder, kept my strength high. I actually set some PRs on some lifts in the last 5 weeks, even compared to my off season. So yeah, it's a really good sign. And my condition has only improved. So yeah, all in all, really happy with the improvements we made so far. Now we just need to, try to peak properly, obviously. So gonna take a different approach. Our focus for Toronto was slowly conditioning, shredded dry, and for a guy with my structure and where I'm at in my career right now, I'm still a taller guy. I still have some spaces I need to fill out, I believe, and because of that, I think I can't overly focus on condition and being dry, because I'll come in small, especially my upper body. So I'm trying to come in with a lot fuller look, obviously still have condition, but like I said, there needs to be a trade-off. You gotta find balance in your physique. Pro bodybuilding, it's not about who the biggest, fullest guy is, but it's not about who the driest, most shredded guy is either. You gotta find that balance, and that's what we're looking for this show. So definitely aiming to come in bigger, and I think we'll be able to do that. We've had some really good success in doing these high days and low days the last 5 weeks and really learning how I respond. We have my body down like clockwork, so we kind of know exactly what kind of food we need to use, how much of it for how long, and we have a pretty good idea of what to do with the water. So hopefully it works out. Another thing that I've changed a lot just as my mindset. It's something I've really been working on. And Toronto, I had this very like competitive mindset, like I got to get the first call out, like, and I kind of just caused myself like stress. You know, I went out and like thought about on stage, I was like, got to hit all my poses perfect, like all this stuff, and again, it kind of just like threw me off. So I've been really focusing on like my mental game approach in Vancouver, almost like a guest posing. Because I remember I did a guest posing at 8 weeks out from Toronto in Moncton. Had a blast, just went out there, posed, put on a show, and like I loved how I looked, loved the pictures I saw after. Everyone thought it was a great performance. So that's kind of my mindset going into Vancouver. Just go out there, have fun, put on a show. And I think knowing I'll be looking better and probably liking my look more, just being bigger and fuller on stage, I think I'm going to have that confidence, and that's what I'm going to try to bring. So I'm excited just to kind of go on the show with a little bit of a different mindset and just kind of see what if that affects the result and just kind of how I feel about the whole thing. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. So, you know, this whole prep was tough. You know, Toronto dealt with some issues. I had to put one of my dogs down in February, and that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Again, like, you know, a lot of these things are not things that I could really talk about or wanted to talk about during prep because I was so focused, and between coaching on my clients, my business, and focusing on my prep, it was just hard to deal with anything besides those things, right? So you kind of got to bury that stuff sometimes, and it's not always the best thing to do, but, you know, it definitely had its effect on, you know, stress, my mental game, and things like that. But it was something to manage. But then also in the Toronto prep, dealt with, you know, quite a few leg injuries that I think just came from just kind of being run down a bit and just, again, like really trying to push that condition super hard, and then trying to train legs and all the cardio. And again, that was something else that kind of hindered the Toronto prep that was playing on my mind, especially going into the show. Like, I had a torn quad that was a little swollen. I had torn my hamstring previously, so I couldn't train hamstrings for about 3 or 4 weeks in that prep. And then right after the hamstring healed is when I hurt the quad, and that affected quad training for the last month going into the show. So even if it doesn't actually have an impact, it's still going to affect you as an athlete mentally. It's only normal, right? But again, with this prep for Vancouver, eating more, recovering better, legs were back at 100%, had some great leg training sessions, which was a huge relief, and I think my legs are back at being their best. So that's another confidence booster. But, you know, again, like those injuries, you know, they affect you mentally, and they make things more stressful and tougher, and you know, prep's already tough enough, right? So you throw those things on top of it, it can be difficult, especially when you're going into your first pro show like I was. You know, but again, Toronto, right, was a good way to knock the cobwebs off. Along with that, recently, my other dog, Rampage, had passed away as well. I was out, this is only a few weeks ago, I was out in the front yard playing with him, and he had a heart attack and died. And, you know, he's only 4 years old, in his prime, beautiful dog. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see me post about him. That was, you know, one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. Like, it was honestly traumatic to see my dog die right in front of me like that. And then, you know, we had to, you know, kind of deal with that. And then again, continue on with this prep and continue running my business and things like that. So it's been a ride. This last 6 months has been a ride. It feels like I've been in prep for a year, honestly. Because, you know, it's like just a schedule, the routine, you know, it gets mentally exhausting after a while. You know, feeling tired more than you feel like you have energy, and, you know, you need to be so on point with your food for so long, day after day. Like, you know, if you guys know me, I'm pretty hardcore with this stuff. Like, I don't miss meals. I eat them on time, schedule, you know, cardio's on schedule, training's on schedule. Like, I give this 100%. So, but just like anybody, as much as I love it and enjoy it, it wears on you mentally. And then when you throw all these other things that life just throws at you, you know, it definitely wears on you. But we made it, and like, yeah, we're what, 5 days out, which is insane from the last show of the season. So really just going to try to embrace this last week, guys, and enjoy the travel, just enjoy the last couple of days now I have of depleting. You know, Wednesday we start carving up. So right now it's all about just getting to Wednesday, really. That's kind of where my mind is, and then that's where the fun really begins and the excitement will really start. But yeah, guys, we're here. So, you know, not that I would ever quit, but I definitely had some of my weakest moments this prep. So I guess part of this video is just kind of putting it out there to let you guys know that. I know how I portray myself on social media sometimes, right? On like TikTok, Instagram, like everything's smooth, we're killing it, making improvements, but there's, just like anybody, you know, everyone's dealing with life, and there's always stuff going on in the background, you know what I mean? So, you know, don't ever think that everyone you see on social media that you aspire to be like is living a perfect life and everything's going great for them, because it might appear so, but everyone's dealing with shit, and I definitely dealt with my fear of shit this prep. But once again, this is all the stuff that makes you stronger. I know every prep I've ever been through, it's made me a better person, a stronger person, because there's always adversity there. You always learn more about yourself. You always have to push yourself through hard times, and it definitely makes you a better person, better athlete. but better person more importantly, right? So, but yeah, guys, I mean, that was a bit of a ramble and a rant. So I hope you enjoyed that. I just kind of wanted to sit here and just talk to you guys about, you know, some of that stuff and, you know, some of the mental side of things that have been going on, because, you know, all you guys have seen is eating videos and training videos from me. But I do want you guys, my audience, now that I'm a lot more frequent on YouTube, to kind of know me and understand, you know, just more about me. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more personal with you guys, and this is just the start of that. Yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Going to keep trying to put out content for you guys. All the content that's coming is going to be now in Vancouver and showing you guys as much as we can. It'll be up there with Ryan Shea, my boy, and he's going to be taking care of the content up there, making sure that we get some good video content for you guys. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching.